turn defence into a goal. Danaher pops it up towards Baker. And now they're moving forward, the Bombers. Oh, he slowed it up then. Not good penetration. Salmon! Oh, he's an absolute star in the making, Paul Salmon. Valley is 3 goals 3, and he's proved a real headache for Hawthorn's defence. Badly needed goal, this one for Essendon. Trailed by 3 goals. 7 minutes into the last quarter. Salmon hasn't let them down.
Once again, he led enormously well, Salmon. Saw the ball breaking away from the centre of the ground. Started his lead then, and as soon as the ball was dropped on the foot, he was a yard or 2 in front of Byrne, who was unable to get the punch in.
It's Simon Madden now, who's dominated the ruck duels 23 times as he had a hit out, and that's the 24th, taken by Wallace. Out wide it goes, and Bradbury should come through, which he does. Past Green. Green buffets into his opponent there, and the free kick will go to Ezard. Oh, Walsh in trouble. Out wide it goes, and puffing with it is Foles. Foles sends a long one looking for Salmon. Oh, a beauty! Mark number 8 into Bahaja. Bahaja kicks for goal and hit the post. What beautiful football by Salmon as he took his 8th mark, a lightning hand pass, and Bahaja missed what he should have got.
It was magnificent football by Salmon. Bahaja's now been run down twice, shooting into an open goal.
Ayres kicks in. Nagel. Good spoil by Dippia Domenico. Nagel again. Long kick for goal. It might carry. Salmon's there. Goes through from behind.
Very obvious there, a comment we made earlier that Hawthorn are basically using 2 players on Salmon. They're using Byrne to try and get him in front of him, and Ayres coming in over the back to try and interfere or punch the ball away.
Madden once again's got the chance in front of McCarthy, playing well. Donnell a long left footer, and Salmon as usual the target. Up he goes! He is magnificent. He is a beauty, and the Essendon stand have got a new hero, and it's almost Coleman-esque.
This is the sort of thing that could get Essendon players going down the ground. They've got someone to kick to. All they have to do is get the ball down there, and they're a good chance to win this game.
Paul Salmon. He's kicked 4 goals. He's taken 8 spectacular marks. The angle is a little bit acute. The distance only about 15 metres. Well done.
Read the wind very well there. It's certainly troubled a lot of other players. Here's Salmon against Shealy's height. Shealy's height. Byrne was fairly well placed, but he simply couldn't reach over the enormous size of Salmon.
Hawthorn leading by only 4 points now after Salmon has brought the Bombers right back into it. Essendon's free kick in the centre.
I think that was a very poor decision by Cameron.
Madden's kick long. Salmon pushed out by Byrne. Byrne allowed to take the mark.
Both players in that case in the centre bouts were interfering, and umpire Cameron really just drew it out of the hat.
Byrne's kick wobbling short of centre wing. Williams hands to it, comes to the back. But Bradbury pushed over. Salmon goes in for the Madden goes in for the tackle, picked up by Williams. Danaher at centre half forward. Essendon hot at the moment. A lead by Baker, but a bad kick by Danaher, who's had a poor day, really, and the ball out of play.
It was a bad kick, too. Gee, it was a bad kick. In comes Salmon to do battle with Byrne, beats him pointless, tries to take it with him, cannot do so. Tuck kicks it downfield. Hurd from behind, punches cleverly. Nice play, Eade. Eade bolts away from Madden, sends to Matthews. Great kick, Eade. And Lee's keen to get on with the job. There's 4 points the difference with Hawthorn in front, and it's nicely taken in front there by the brilliant Curran, is it?
Yep,
Curran again.
That was a better kick than it looked by Eade. Matthews had led one.
84 to Essendon.
Down the outer side they go, through Watson. Watson going for the bounce. Beautiful pass to Bradbury. In a hurry, Bradbury to full forward. Salmon again, too high at the back for Hajia. Well, twice in the match, Salmon has been there looking to take the mark, and twice the rover half his size is marked at the back.
Quite right, Drew, but the reason for that has been simply that in trying to get two players onto Salmon, they've really had to leave one alone, and in two cases now we've seen a rover mark unopposed because of that. Salmon's really taken a lot of their attention.
Tony Bahagia, with his performance in the last quarter, could nearly cost Essendon the game. Should have goaled there from a standing start. Twice, as Mike pointed out, he was tackled running into an open goal.
That's right. He's tended to hold on to the ball a little bit too long. He's had opportunities to get rid of it quickly.
Well, after Essendon got within 4 points, Hawthorn have kicked the last 4 goals. Out of the middle, Bahagia. Danaher. Well, he needs to bang this through from right in front and 45 to 50 metres out. Get back to the centre and hope that Essendon can whip it out of the centre again a few more times. 17 and a half minutes gone in the last quarter. Oh, shocker. Well left and short. Salmon almost a chance, still a chance. Smothered by O'Halloran. No, it's not out of there yet. Ayres for Hawthorn marks.
And once again, Green got it out of danger. He's a very, very inconspicuous but wonderful player. Ayres comes, sends it long downfield. Judge underneath it. Hurd spoils him. Foles chases it. Gets out, doesn't do much with his kick. From behind, Merritt's got a great chance. Took it well, actually. Now that was rough, Michael, wasn't it?
Yes, it was a little rough. He certainly didn't use any hands. He's about to lose it, I suspect. No. He certainly didn't use his hands, Merritt, and just used his body weight, but could be interpreted as a bump out when the ball's outside 5 yards, and I think that's probably what umpire Cameron decided.
Yes, I think you're right on that, the outside 5 yards, but it was pretty tough. Out wide, Matthews beats Carey so easily. Sometimes you can almost forget the extraordinary skills of number 3. You look at that blocky body and you forget how good that he is. He's just, not that you forget how good he is, but what an extraordinary skill he's got. Lee Matthews. Oh, Lee, what are you doing to me? And here comes McCarthy. Across it goes. Wallace will shoot for goal. And Wallace kicks it right to the 10-metre square. Simon Madden, the big leaper. And over the back it goes, and I think it's through for one behind.
It's your impersonation of a cricket commentator there, Doug.
It's a grubber.
So how well he's batting and suddenly bang.
Essendon need more than 4 goals to win it. Williams, half-back flank. Shepherding by Hawker was a bit high, but he gets away with it. Danaher at half-forward. Good mark in front of Mew.
Danaher's really lifted here. He is aware the game's at stake, and he's taken 3 or 4 excellent marks in this quarter, but not sure it's going to be enough. Merritt certainly has dropped out of the game.
And he's kicking the ball like Kelvin Templeton. Danaher, he just can't kick at all.
So I think it's into the breeze there a bit, but it doesn't look good. Here comes Salmon. Oh, well played, Byrne. First time that he's beaten him man for man. 6'7.5" of big Michael Byrne, so he's certainly got the height to do it. But you need more than height to combat the skills of young Paul Salmon. Byrne now, his left foot hugging the boundary line. Tuck comes in to do battle. Donnell kicks it over, hits it over the line, and it'll be thrown in.
20 minutes gone last quarter. And Hawthorn leading by 4 goals. To the back, Green. Up to centre half forward. Langford's there with Walsh. Off hands to Brereton. Paddled by Brereton to Matthews, who shrugs off a tackle with strength. Dipia Domenico's got plenty of that too. Bahagia. Watson. A couple of times today he hasn't taken it at the first bite. Up the ground to Baker. Williams too high for him. Plays on. Snaps for goal. Good kick. A badly needed goal for Essendon.
was an excellent goal, excellent persistence on his part. He had to take a very difficult ball, didn't know what was coming, and steadied well and converted. Can that get them back into it?
Well, Salmon's been moved back onto the ball, which is surprising. In comes Byrne as he follows him down. Over it goes, and Green dazzling quarter. Bahaja well done this time. Out to Donnell. Donnell caught. Really ran into an Ayres tackle. Ayres hand passes straight out to Baker. Baker's gathered in by Judge. Back to Hurd. And great tackling Hawthorn once again. Look at them taking them on. Down goes Nagel, and the free kick goes to Hawthorn. And there's no doubt about them. They are a brilliant tackling side. And guess who did that last one? I think he's played a magnificent quarter. Green.
From centre wing. Matthews is there with Carey. Matthews a bit early into their backs. Free kick to Walsh. Support from Carey. Switches direction to centre wing, Watson. And there once again Watson should have taken it first grab. Shepherded by Hawker. Short pass is a shocker. Good pick up by Danaher. Threw it out to Merritt. Holding the ball, says umpire Bryant. Free kick to Mew.
That tackling again, Lloyd.
Well, you're quite right, Doug. The enormous pressure that Hawthorn have exerted on Essendon with their tackling has caused a lot of skill errors, and that's really what's been winning them the game.
Mew's been a wonderful player in the back line. Here comes Walsh, who I can't say the same about him today. Picked up there by Wallace, lost. Walsh tackles him well this time. Nice play, Byrne. A great tackle by Bradbury this time. And Bradbury will take the free. Out to Bahaja. Look out, Budgie, as Curran tries to gather him in. Baker dodges and twists. He's on the half-back line. Back to Bahaja. Bahaja then boots it down the half-forward line. Over the back it goes. Here's a chance for Polkinghorne. Polkinghorne to Green. Green in a flash to O'Halloran. O'Halloran drives it 50 metres downfield. Salmon up, and Salmon... Oh, I thought he'd got that one. Taken by Matthews. Matthews, an open goal does he shoot for. And unluckily for Langford, it bounces straight away from him. And it's over the line, out of bounds.
19 points the difference. And we've played about 23 and a half minutes. It'll have to be a storming finish by Essendon to win it from here. Knock goes straight back out of bounds.
I think the Hawks have got in that dead pocket. They'll be very happy to leave it there.
Salmon to the back. Clean possession by Polkinghorne. Robbed of it. Williams comes away from centre half-back. Up towards the centre of the ground. Not much height there from either team. Off the ground, McCarthy. Switches direction to Schwab, who marks in front of Bradbury and gets creamed.
Takes it easily. Well-directed kick once again from this superbly disciplined side. Short to Eade. Look out, Rodney. Recovers. Ayres. Great hand pass to Polkinghorne. The half-back flank's going to have a shot for goal. Won't make it. Underneath it, Walsh. No, Salmon takes the mark and takes it easily. That'll be about mark number 10 to Salmon. He's been a wonderful player. Look at that beautiful kick to Baker. Baker out wide. Carey. Look out, Hawker, you're caught. Across to Donnell. Breaks away from Wallace. Back to Hawker is clever. Hawker crosses the centre of the ground, can give it a long one, which he does downfield, and it's towards Madden. Does he direct the kick? Madden will shoot for... Oh, too slow. Too slow, big Simon Madden. Lucky not to be penalised. Polkinghorne with the ball and left puts it towards the boundary line.
And out of bounds it goes. It's the attacking side for Essendon, but they need 3 and a bit goals in a tries.
In the horrors a bit there.
McCarthy doing battle with Simon Madden. Madden over towards Danaher. Danaher does it nicely. 2 tackle him. Nagel comes through with great strength that time. Runs a long way. Sends a very long kick. Well played, Mervyn Nagel. That was spectacular.
Nagel's certainly been one of their better players in the second half. Fairly ordinary first half, but really lifted his game, and he's been one of the few Essendon players to really compete. Here we see the ball coming out. Nagel breaks the tackle, runs with it, as all the Essendon players appear to like to do, and lets go a very nice kick. Nicely shepherded through by Salmon too.
Madden at the second attempt to Bradbury. Another ball up. Throw a blanket over 30 players. Bahagia slips it to Williams somehow. Good kick. Salmon's there with Byrne. Byrne well placed. Oh, Salmon! What a great mark that was.
I'd like to see that on replay, but it certainly was an amazing mark. I think Byrne felt he had it.
That's one of the marks of the year, I suggest.
It'll be interesting to see whether he caught it straight out or whether he took it out. So the replay will be interesting here.
Paul Salmon has kicked 5 goals. He's coming up for goal number 6. Not a bad start to the season. 13 in 2 rounds. And he's a good kick as well as a good mark. That's 3 in this quarter.
Here's the kick out of the square, and we'll see Salmon go back. Enormous courage here. Didn't know what was there. And yes, he did. I think he did. I thought he marked that directly.
So did I.
Tremendous mark, and enormous courage to take a mark in that fashion.
Back at centre bounce again at the 30-minute mark. And they come. Great punch by Eade, straight to Hurd. Hurd down where Danaher comes in with a big leap. In front was Polkinghorn, very strong. Bahagia out wide. Caught was Baker, and very slow getting rid of it, I thought. Lucky to get away with the bounce from the umpire.
29 minutes on the clock. 13 points the difference. Bahagia in with a chance. Taken away by Green again. Loses it. Ayres off the ground. Merritt. Bradbury gives him a lead. Merritt doubles up again. Hurd. Cornered. Shoots for goal. Salmon's there again. He's got to be a chance. Off hands. Oh, it's touched off the boot. It was Ezard's kick for goal.
But unlucky then, Salmon. He chose to go to the other side, and he would have done well to stay where he was. There's the way the ball bent.
It's now 2 straight kicks the difference.
Out wide where Kennedy in front position, but even in front of Kennedy was Eade that time. And Eade, very solid player, interstate player. Sends downfield. Chance there for Carey. Brereton is punched away from him. Madden battles for it, so does Kennedy. Bahagia runs into a swab tackle. Donnell kicks it high. Underneath it now is Merritt, and a good mark. Roger Merritt sends it downfield, and here comes Salmon.
And the goal was kicked after the siren with thousands of spectators on the ground, and that reduced the margin to 1 straight kick. The Hawks repeated last year's grand final victory, but this time by only 6 points. Essendon led by 10 points at half-time in a fluctuating game. Hawthorn very pleased to get the 4 premiership points at Windy Hill. Langford and Brereton each kicked 4 goals. Matthews and Curran each kicked 2. And for Essendon, Salmon, with his goal after the siren, brought his tally to 7 for the day, and that's twice this season he's kicked 7, and Terry Danaher kicked 2 goals.